Hello traders, welcome back. Crypto Market Analytics. We're back on the EOSUSD, the EOS, which I analyzed a few days ago when price was seemingly breaking through the mighty resistance of 6.6. Now, you probably remember this one, right? The 6.6 is a huge key level coming from the big picture. If you take a look at the whole downside trend that ran across 2018 and you measure that whole bear market, right? So the first Fibonacci correction, 23.6, just the minimal Fibonacci correction, right, is right here at 6.6. So that's a massive milestone for price to overcome. And it just reached that key level just a few days ago. I was here when I was showing you that price was actually, when we were here last time, price was actually trading above 660. It was right here on that spike, before the spike was formed, obviously. And I specifically said that I'm not too impressed with the fact that price seems to be breaking through, right? And I told you that I closed my position when price hit that 660, and now I'm going to sit on the sideline for quite some time and see how price is going to react further on, because I was really interested to see whether we're going to have a genuine breakout, not a false breakout, as we usually do during the day, which means I wanted to have, I required a weekly confirmation, a weekly close above 660 for me to re-establish my bullish position. So I was waited, obviously I waited for just a day or two, and I saw that huge reaction, not only once, but actually twice, right? Because price actually, the following day was still pretty resilient at the beginning, started on the upside, tried to break through, but yet again failed. So at that point I knew that this level is going to hold. Maybe it's not going to hold for long term, but it seems to be it's going to hold at least for a short term perspective, right? Temporarily, probably price will go into more of a serious downside correction. Later on I noticed something quite interesting, right? Because we've seen price breaking above 6.23. Now that's also quite an important resistance. I mean, not as important as the 660. The 660 is much stronger. It's much more important. But the 623 is nothing to take lightly. And we've seen price breaking through a few days ago. But take a look what happened here yesterday. Well, yesterday was quite impressive. Price was trying to break back below 623 here, but it failed eventually. Bounced back up and closed right above it. And I want to show you how it looks like from the weekly perspective. I think it's really fascinating. So there you go. Take a look last week. Well, right, that was the confirmation breaking above 623, but failing to break above 660. And right now, price just trapped between these two key levels, right? And you can see what happened here at the beginning of this week. Price started on the downside, bouncing back up now, obviously acknowledging that 623 as an important support, right, from this point on. So it's hard to say what's to come, right? Because price needs to break one of these key levels to gain momentum. I'm kind of inclined to say that price is going to break through that 660, guys. If it's going to be a real point, a real tipping point, right, then you would expect price to break below 623 and begin the move on the downside. Instead, showing this inability to break back below 623 suggests that we might gonna have here another attempt on that 660, and it might actually be successful. So it's really interesting to follow up on this one, to see how things are going to unfold. For the time being, I'm still on the sideline. I'm waiting for further clarifications, because at this point, we're right in the middle between two strong levels, and we were just waiting to see which direction price is going to take, and if it's going to be successful in breaking one of those key levels. So that's about that. The EOSUSD right now staying on the sideline, and we'll be back to keep you posted. That's about that for today, guys. Till next time, be well.